Good day everyone. In this video we are going to look at how to work with integers. Now an integer is a number, it's a whole number that is positive, 0 and negative. So on a number line, when we have a number line, all the positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 are integers, the whole numbers. The number 0 is also an integer, and the negative numbers -2 are all integers. So we're looking at how to work with positive, 0 and negative numbers. First of all, we want to look at greater than, less than and equal to. Now we're going to look at this section here called example 1. The question says use less than, equal to or greater than to compare -5 and 5. The first thing you do is you graph it on a number line. So on our number line, -5 is found over there and +5 is found over there. And once you have the two, you are able to determine, because this side is positive and this side is negative, we know that this side is less and this side is more. Therefore, -5 is less than +5. -5 is less than +5. Now let's look here at our questions. We're going to look at question 9 first. So question 9 asks us, which one is bigger, 3 or -3? The first thing we do is we put 3 on the number line and we put -3 on the number line. So we know that -3 is less than 3 because less is on this side and more is on that side. So when we look at our question, 3 is on this side. So 3 is greater than -3. Let's look at question 10. Try this one on your own. Pause the video and then you can come back. First I start by putting 2 on the number line, and then I place -4 on the number line, and I know that -4 is less than 2. So notice on the number line, my symbol is always going to be less than, because it's always reading from left to right. However, in our sum question, 2 has got the great, remember the crocodile eats the bigger number. So 2 has got the greater one because 2 is greater than less than 4. Let's have a look at how to add integers. We're going to start by looking at our example. Our example tells us to find the sum of 5 and -2 using a number line. So the sum says, what is 5 plus -2 equal? Using a number line, I'm going to start at +5. I indicate the number 5, and I'm going to remember to the right is plus and to the left is minus. I'm going to -2, so I'm going to hop back 1, 2, and therefore my answer is going to be 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now let's try our examples. Pause the video and do all of the examples, and once you are done you can come back and have a look at the answers. Let's start with question 11. I'm going to erase this here. And our question says -1 plus 6. So I start with -1 and I place it on the number line. And then I add 6. I'm adding to the right and subtracting to the left. I'm adding. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is going to be 5. -1 plus 6 equals 5. Good. Let's try a second one. So what about 3 plus -7? I start on the number 3 and I'm subtracting 7. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my answer is going to be -4. Think of it in terms of debt. In this question, you have 3 rand and you want to buy for 7 rand. So you owe me 4 rand. Okay, let's look at our next example or our next question. -7, -2. Oh, our number line doesn't have -7 on there, so let's extend it. So -6, -7, -8, -9. So let's start by -7, and we are going to subtract -2, or we're going to add -2. So I start on -7, and I go 1, 2 in that direction. I'm left with -9. -7 -2 is -9. If you owe me 7 rand and you come and buy on Skuld for another 2 rand, you owe me 9 rand. Let's try another one. What about 8 -4? So let's extend this to 8. 6, 7, 8. So we start on the number 8 and we're subtracting, meaning we go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 -4 equals 4. 9 plus 3, so we know how to do this. We have our number line, we have 9. Okay, so I'm at the end of my page, but we know that 9 plus 3 is 9, 10, 11, 12. The answer is 12. And if we have 7 plus minus 10, if we start at the number 7, and that would be 7 is over there. So if I start at 7 and I want to subtract 10, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the answer is going to be -3. I hope that made sense. Please let me know if you did not understand or if you need me to explain it again. Next up, I want us to look at how to subtract integers. So we've got two different types of questions. The first one is find the difference. Difference means subtract, so that means minus. And then the next one, they're asking us what is the greater absolute value. So I'm not going to look at absolute value today. We're just going to look at the difference. So in our example, they're asking you which is the greater absolute value. We're not going to do that. Question 17, let's start with that one. If I say -5 -2 and I start on the number line, I say -5 and I'm going to extend my number line by 2 more places. So I go 1, 2. -5 -2 is -7. If you owe me 5 rand and you take another 2 rand on debt, then you owe me 7 rand. Let's have a look. Okay. Question 18. 1 minus -3. Now what do we do if we have a minus minus? That's a good question. When you have two signs next to each other, what this means is minus multiplied by minus, or -1 multiplied by -3. If we take the two signs together, a minus and a minus makes a plus. So if you have odd numbers of signs, it always is a negative. If you have even numbers of signs, it always is a positive. What do I mean by that? An odd number would be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you see how you always complete the plus and then you make a minus? Whereas even numbers would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all of those are positive ones. So -1 minus -3, those two minuses make a plus. It ends up being 1 plus 3. We know that 1 plus 3 equals 4. Next up, we have 6 minus 8. So you have 6 rand and you're buying for 8 rand. How much are you short? So let's have a look on our number line. There's the number 6 and we're subtracting, so we're going that way because there's only one minus. So starting at 6, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the answer is -2. You are 2 rand short. Our next example has got -3 minus -8. We know that minus minus is equal to plus. So we have minus 3 plus 8. Let's try this out. I'm going to erase over here. Minus 3 plus 8. And here we go. So on our number line, we start with minus 3. And we're adding 8. So plus is in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5. The answer is positive 5. I hope this made sense to you. If you are still stuck or you don't know what's going on, let me know and I'll explain it differently. Finally, what do we do when we have got pluses and minuses together? In our example, we've got minus 4 plus minus 9 minus 3 plus 6 minus minus 1. A whole bunch of pluses and minuses. So we know when we do BODMAS is brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So we're going to be here by addition and subtraction because that's all that we have. So let's have a look. What we are going to do is they ask us to rewrite the subtraction as addition. So they want all the minuses to be pluses. So they want a plus in front of all of the minuses. There's a minus. You're going to keep it the same. And there we've got this 2. So they want a plus. Have a look. That one becomes plus, minus 3. And this minus minus becomes plus. I hope I'm not confusing you. So what we're doing over here is we're going to say, starting from the left to the right. First, we're going to work with these two numbers. And we're going to say minus 4 plus negative 9 gives us 13. And the rest of the equation we write out. Minus 3 stays there, 6 stays there, and minus here becomes a plus, so it's plus 1. Next up, we take the first two numbers again. Minus 13 minus 3 becomes minus 16. Plus 6 plus 1. Next up, we take the first two numbers again and we say minus 16 plus 6 becomes negative 10. And the plus 1 stays. And minus 10 plus 1 equals negative 9. And that's your final answer. So let's start with our first one. Take a minute, pause the video and try it by yourself. And then you let me know. Come back and then give it a try. So the first thing they want us to do is to write all of our add-ins as pluses. So here we want to add a plus, and those two will become plus as well. So what are we going to do? We're going to rewrite it with pluses. So I'm going to start with 8 plus minus 2 in brackets, plus minus 2 in brackets, plus 7 plus 9, because minus and minus is a plus. Now I'm going to work left to right. So I'm starting with these two. 8 minus 2 is going to be 6. And I write everything else as it is there without changing it. Plus minus 2 plus 7 plus 9. Now I'm using the next two. 6 minus 2 is going to be 4 plus 7 plus 9. Next two, I'm going to say 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 9. And then my last two, 11 plus 9 is 20. So my final answer is going to be 20. Let's try our next example. So reading the sum from left to right, I find here those two need to be a plus. A minus and a minus make a plus. So let's rewrite it with a plus. I'm going to have 14 plus minus 8 plus 5 plus 4 minus 3. So let's start with our first two. 14 minus 8 is 6. And we write everything down as it is. Plus 5 plus 4 minus 3. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus 4 minus 3. 11 plus 4 is 15 minus 3, and 15 minus 3 is 12. Final answer. Question 25. 21 plus 5 minus 3, minus and minus becomes a plus, minus 6 plus 6. So let's write that plus in. 21 plus 5 plus 3 minus 6 plus 6. Left to right. 21 plus 5 is going to be 26 plus 3 minus 6 plus 6. 26 plus 3 is 29 minus 6 plus 6. 29 minus 6 is 23 plus 6. 23 plus 6 is 29. Final answer. Okay, so that marks the end of our video. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything that's missing or something that you do not understand. Thank you for today.